moonless nights, whispers ascending. Out on the road, tales never end, through misty woods and hills they wend.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing weekend. We are here welcoming back my friend Patrick, who is joining us with a character we got to meet fairly recently, and they were going to get to have a pretty fun adventure off into sort of the Feywilds. So I'm pretty excited about all the chaos we get to cause tonight as we head off on our adventure. Since it's been a couple of months since we last got to meet your character, can you remind us a little bit about his background and what he does and his personality a little bit?
So the scope proofer is a lovely, only mildly arrogant wannabe detective. He comes from a military background and thinks he knows everything, and he is frequently wrong about it. And yes, he's a character I have less control over than my own head, so that's always a very fun thing to try and play, and I apologize in advance.
No, I think he's kind of fun because you never quite know where things are going. And I don't know, it's kind of interesting to have that chaos thrown at you every now and again. I don't know about all the time.
There's a reason it's been a few months, I think.
I don't know about that.
And you're definitely not trying to kill me for some snarky comments, so.
That was one time.
I probably deserve it. I acknowledge that. So how are you going to try and prevent me from killing off my character this time?
Well, I'm afraid that one's going to be a wee bit on him this time because we do have some nasty characters in store for our bumbling detective, as it were. So we shall see what happens as we explore our holiday-themed adventure. For anyone who's encountered this story before, no spoilers. There are some traditional themes going on here from different folklore and cultures. So if you happen to know what's happening when I say different things, keep it to yourselves because there are some kind of surprises happening here that may help our detective out or not. You never know if he'll figure something out along the way. All right, and with that, let's get started.
Am I about to get victimized by Krampus?
No. Do I have to roll deception?
No. I'm happy to roll with the punches.
Okay. All right. So, when the land of Turil was first formed, many planes of virality were formed alongside the Forgotten Realms. The Feywilds is one such plane, a beautiful menagerie of flora cast in eternal twilight. The Feywilds are a whimsical and fantastical version of the material plane, yet dangerous and alluring to those caught unaware. Those who wander the plains know that the barriers between realms are weakest in places of childlike wonder, or where hope, dreams, and purest joy abound. Occasionally, small terrors will appear at times when imagination has no limits, like during the annual Winter Festival, which raises spirits and inspires wonder. Once per year, when the polar nights grow long, portals to the Feywilds open invitingly, luring unsuspecting travelers to behold this magical realm, if only for just one night. Visitors must be wary, however, for if they fail to return before sunrise, they will become trapped in the Feywilds for 1 year and a day. Now, while crossing the polar lands, the cold lands, wow, it's going to be one of those nights. Words are not making sense right now. And I'm not wearing my glasses as an experiment, and everything's just like, what is letters? Nope.
Words are hard.
Yes, words are hard. Apparently, especially today. Try it again. While crossing the cold lands during the long polar nights, you find yourself in the small northern town of Ephra. Set near a winding river next to the spine of the world, Ephra is a prosperous village of loggers, hunters, and miners. Today, you are drawn outside by the appearance of strange, multicolored lights leading off into the forest. Curious, you follow, but you don't get far before encountering a woman frantically calling for someone named Ethan. What do you do next?
Well, first I'm just curious who is interrupting this procession that has clearly been arranged for me to go into the woods, but let's go see what this rude woman wants to see. Ma'am, this is my procession. May I ask who this Ethan is?
Oh, dear sir, you have to help me. My son, Ethan, he's missing. I don't know what to do. It's already been all morning, and I'm not sure if he went missing last night even. He went to bed. I swear he did. But I haven't seen him all day. I just don't know what to do.
Will you keep shouting if I don't resolve this?
Wouldn't you keep shouting if your child was missing?
Do you know which direction he went?
Gosh, he must have fallen the lights. You see, every year a local festival just sort of shows up, but I swear it's not safe. You really shouldn't go following those lights, but they lure wanderers off into the woods, and sometimes they don't come back, and I'm afraid my little boy went off after them, and oh gosh, if the Fae took him, I'm worried I'll never see him again. Can you help?
If you will stop interrupting my procession, then fine. Yes, everything about all that just went straight through my head, because this is about me, obviously.
Clearly, yes. So eager to see this great chief inspector. The Fae have set up this magical procession just for you, most clearly. And how dare this young child interrupt? And so she thanks you profusely and heads back into town and leaves you to follow these lights all on your lonesome. And do you?
Well, I'm going to be totally honest. I stopped listening to her after about 5 seconds, so I didn't even click the Fae thing. But do I see any, dare I say, foot tracks on this path?
Well, to see if you're checking that out or the procession, give me an insight check.
Oh boy, let's see how the dice decides to hose me tonight. Um, 6 total.
Ah, well, a wee bit oblivious to what exactly is going on, you choose instead to follow those lights. But luckily for you, it seems to be taking you in the right direction because as you follow along, they get denser and denser in clusters until eventually you come across a frozen river just outside of town. And eventually you realize that they are illuminating a path. And making your way through the forest, you round a bend to find an incredible sight. A festival set on the frozen river surrounded by the ethereal colored lights. By the entrance stands a half-man, half-goat creature taking coin and issuing tickets. Approaching the entrance, you are greeted by a big smile and a boisterous voice. Greeting, mortal! Welcome to the festival. I'm Tom, taker of tickets and guardian of the gates. Are you here for the festivities?
Sir, in spite of your ridiculous hat, I'm here to find a child. Are there any missing children here?
Oh, there's so many children here. Don't you know it's a festival? They come for the games, they come for the food, they stay for the fun. Would you like a ticket?
Can I go in without one?
Oh, I need 5 gold for a ticket. I'll take a good story.
That was a big mistake on his part. Well, allow me to tell you about my time in the service of His Majesty when I single-handedly, and then it goes on for 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness, yes, go in. Very well then. Haven't got all nice day? What? Oh, I don't know. Go in.
I didn't expect bureaucratic terrorism to work there.
Sorry.
I'm wondering what kind of hippies I'm dealing with, because that is a rather strange-looking man.
All right. Well, passing through that entrance, you realize there's quite the crowd following you all through the gates. And as you get closer, you get a very clear view of multiple multicolored tents with people clustered around them. Quite the happy smells of what appears to be a Fey festival. You see motes of glowing light floating about, illuminating the surroundings, and a bed of mushrooms that serve as a pathway to stalls and attractions. Your eyes are drawn to the various creatures that populate the fair, from goblins to ogres, all in brazen colors. And as you pass, all offer a polite bow or a tip of the hat before moving along their way.
Yes, I really am thinking this is all about me now, that given that everyone's bowing to me. Do I see any children around yet, or not really?
Oh, hundreds of children, all eagerly partaking in games, refreshments, and exiting and entering various tents and talking about shows that they have seen there.
Oh dear. Maybe I should have asked for any details about this. Dethan, Beethan, Peethan. No, I'll figure it out.
Sure,
I
it's
walked
fine.
to the nearest tent.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It happens to be a game. And they immediately, of course, attempt to get you to play one of the games they're offered at the booth. They're quite invested in getting you to participate. They suggest that it would be quite easy to pin a tail on an owlbear. They also say that if dexterity games are not quite your style, that a ribbon toss would be quite easy as well. And also, if you don't mind getting a bit spicy, that bobbing for fruits is also quite an easy game.
I know what he's going to do, and I hate myself for it. Bring on the owl bear.
And with that, a small halfling pops out from behind the table and goes, of course, sir, and spins you around several times, pins on a blindfold, and says, all righty then, all you have to do is pin this bit of ribbon, shoves it into your hand, and right there on that owlbear, and pushes you forward. You are, of course, blindfolded at the time, and that will be a perception check, please.
Just checking what my bonus is. Why did I give myself -3 to wisdom? Well, that's an 11, so 8!
Okay. Unfortunately, you miss, and you pin the tail on the corner of the booth instead. The small halfling goes, nope, not gonna work that time, but if you want to try again, it's 5 coppers.
Clearly you've cheated, but I guess I will try again. I'll mark off 5 coppers, because why would I do the same thing and cut my losses?
The halfling quickly scoops up your money, sticks it away somewhere, and then spins you around one more time, blindfolds you up, shoves a ribbon in your hand, pushes you forward, and says, okay, pin the tail on the owlbear. Off you go.
Oh! That's a 19, so 16.
And second time's the charm, you're able to pin it exactly where it's meant to go. And whipping off your blindfold, he goes, oh, very good, sir. Here is a ticket for you. Now save up all those tickets, don't lose them, because you can retrieve them for fun items over at the prize booth.
You are far too jovial, little person. You know that, right?
Well, games are fun. Yep.
Drugs are illegal, and I walk out of the...
Well then, we've got opinions.
I'm sure I've made a swell first impression on the first 2 Fae I've encountered.
Oh, so much.
Do I see anyone that looks, or any kids that look vaguely like the woman on my way out?
You see lots of children, but as you head back out into the dim light of the festival, perhaps a smile on your face, maybe even an occasional skip to your step, a small human boy collides right into you, stumbling to the ground from the impact. Eyes wild with panic, he barely mumbles an apology before rushing back off into the crowd. Mere moments later...
I tried to grab him by the... I tried to grab that little prick by the scruff of his neck.
No, sorry. A large ogre-like creature with curving horns and a large sack pushes past you to continue its plodding pursuit after the boy.
Monsieur! I try to get his attention.
He seems to be ignoring you.
Oh, I follow him. Monsieur! Loudly announcing his presence for that child, too.
You follow them both into a small alley between the tents. And you notice that the ogre creature seems to have cornered the boy, and he's quite annoyed, picks him up, and shoves him into his sack.
Monsieur, I need to have words with that young boy.
The ogre grumbles something about stole pastries, patrons. She wants to talk to him before trying to push past you.
No. He is mine.
The ogre looks at you, looks at the sack, and goes, mine.
Mine.
I have sack. You have ticket.
You do not meet the height requirement. Give him to me.
The ogre seems quite confused, given that he is significantly taller than you, and is unclear then what height requirement it is anyone should be meeting here, if he clearly isn't meeting it, and what is height or requirement.
Give the boy to me. He was rude, and he has struck an officer of the law. So give him to me.
Thinking is very hard for ogres, so now he's going to shout at you. Eat pastries through patrons! No take boy! And he stamps his feet a few times. Go ahead.
He is mine. Give him to me.
With a mighty bellow, he shouts, mine!
No! I shout back as loudly as possible.
Although things seem to be escalating, you do hear a small squeak coming from the backpack or sack that the ogre is holding. And you do remember that there is a small life here at stake. And that the ogre doesn't seem to be backing down unless you intervene in some way.
Given that I think I'm smarter than I am, I propose a challenge.
The ogre thinks about this for a moment and goes, that like snacks?
A challenge. A bet. You imbecile.
Ogre looks a bit confused and just goes, bet what? You still?
Who takes the boy? Winner takes the boy, loser walks away.
He drops the sack on the floor. There's a small ugh from inside. And he goes, what bet then?
A winner gets the boy and however many tickets the loser has.
Ogre goes, fine. What do?
How many tickets do I have? If you guess right, you win. You guess wrong, you lose.
What does he have in his pockets? His handsies.
Yes, I just...
Oh shit, nat one. Hey, it's on par though. Ogres are not that smart.
I can't believe I just bullied a ogre.
To be fair, that was an intelligence check to see if you would even be able to guess how many tickets. This is going well.
You were warned.
put myself into a corner.
So the boy is 9, monsieur?
The ogre just goes, fine, and just sort of tromps away, leaving you with a boy
And-
in a sack in an alleyway.
And your tickets? And your tickets?
The ogre didn't have any. There were no tickets.
Little boy, we must have words.
If you let him out of the sack, he will simply pop out and go, no staying. I want to go play, and will try to run away from you.
Oh, I was gonna like hold up the bag so his head could stick out, but so he can't run. I'm a little annoyed now. I'm giving him the Kevin McAllister treatment.
Nice. He is kicking and thrashing though, so holding on to that sack long term, given that this isn't exactly a toddler, and even if it were, holding a 40-pound toddler in one hand like that, sustained, is challenging.
That implies foresight, which we both know this guy doesn't have. What is your name, young little boy?
Nunya.
None your last name?
Bismuth.
I cinch it shut. I assume that's well received. Dub statting wisdom was not a solid call. Little boy, do we wish to try again?
Wants to go play. Silly man,
What?
put me down.
I just slip the bag over my shoulder and start wandering.
No, man is taking me, put me down. And he kicks you really, really hard in the back.
Get your... Give me your name and you can come out.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
You ran into me. I demand satisfaction. So, we will start with your name, or I will continue to carry you.
Okay, fine.
Yes?
It's no.
It's no...
One.
There is a river here, little boy. Does that have any impact on him?
Does the riddle give me candy?
Little boy. What? The last time is your name.
Nemo.
No.
Nemo who?
Just Nemo.
Well, Nemo, you are not the little boy I'm looking for, so you will sit in the sack until you've learned your lesson. And I go walking to another tent. He kicked me! And he ran into me.
Do you want to roll insight?
Sure. I rolled an 8.
Oh. Well,
So that's a 5.
he rolled a nat 1 on deception, so you know what?
This is a race to the bottom. Me trying to. I wonder which is going to fail first, me or the NPCs, because we're both trying really hard.
I'm not trying to fail. The dice just hate me.
And what do I determine from this insight? A rarity for me.
You're starting to realize that none of the names the boy has given you are true. Including Nemo. As in, Captain Nemo.
I'm aware of these things. My characters certainly. So I want to walk to the nearest tent, and then I turn to the bag again. Do you wish to try again?
The bag is silent.
Is he still in the bag? Or did he get loose?
Maybe you should go check on him.
I tentatively open up the top of the bag.
He pokes you between the eyes and then jumps out and tries to run away.
Oh, I tried to grapple that little.
If I'm remembering correctly, it's been a while. I believe a grapple is a strength versus dex check. Is that accurate?
It can be strength versus strength, but it can be versus dex too.
Okay.
Oh, good. My big old goose egg for strength. Awesome. 4.
18. I can show you if you want.
No, I believe you. Sacre bleu!
And with that, the little rapscallion is gone.
Do I see which way he went?
Yes. He seems to be heading deeper into the festival towards a particular tent that's off by itself and it doesn't have any visitors nearby.
That's a little twat. I'm taking right off after him. Worst rescue ever.
As you get closer, you hear a sudden panicked scream. Racing deeper. Sorry.
Oh, maybe the little brat tripped.
Wow. Are we getting frustrated with our character?
Oh no, I was just thinking of when I was a little kid and I face planted onto the sidewalk, and the teacher's like, "Oh, that's honest quote I found out after the fact. Oh, one of the little girls must have broken a nail," and I'd face planted on the running around.
Okay then.
So I'm fully imagining me.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's funny in retrospect. A little bit.
As long as you can laugh at your pain.
I have all the grace and dexterity of a dead cow, so I've learned to embrace it.
You're talking to someone who's broken way too many bones. And I was on swim team.
Ooh, my deepest sympathies.
Thank you.
Anyways, there was a scream, and I was being thoroughly callous about it.
Yes. You race inside the tent, and you see the child collapsed on the mushroom-covered floor. A small humanoid sort of gnome-like creature is standing above him and giggling maniacally. Before you can react, a voice calls from the darkness. Sorry, I think I can hear myself through your speakers. It's distracting me.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay.
Is that better?
Yes. The voice calls, "Hello there, dearies. I see you's brought old Gryla a present. How kind of you. Now, if you'd excuse me, my lads, I get quite hungry before a performance."
Madame, monsieur, the child is mine.
She simply laughs at you and calls her lads to her, and suddenly you're surrounded by quite a few lads that seem to be mid-transformation between human and something else. They're all laughing, and they're all prepared to attack.
I try and scold them.
And they all laugh at
Children,
you.
there is not the time. This is for adults, and you shall stay out of my way. Does that have any impact?
Laughter, I'm afraid. They find you quite amusing. One of them says, "Tell another joke."
Child, this is none of your business. This is the business of the duly constituted law enforcement authorities. This child has broken the door by striking a peace officer, and I shall seek justice.
They all kind of look at each other, and then they say, "Is he seeking some kind of sweet justice?" I don't quite know that one. Hold on. We're going to think about this. Wait. It's a riddle. He's telling another joke.
Child, get out of the room. This is my problem to resolve. You shall step aside.
They go, "He wants us to step on sides?" Well, wait, we could do that. And they all start bouncing on each other.
Step on side, out the door. I'm trying to turn into the skin of this character.
They kind of look at you and go, "Wait, you're supposed to be going out the door." And now they're getting a bit annoyed.
I don't think they're used to mortals just having this level of basically flipping them off.
Adults are new to them.
Oh, this is such a train wreck. Can I try to intimidate them, since that's what I'm gunning for?
Yes, if you'd like to.
It's literally my only stat that, or one of my 2 stats that isn't awful. Ooh. 18. 21.
Okay. They rolled a 15. So, what do you say to them that scares them so bad?
At this point, it's just incomprehensible, bare earth, thickly French accented. You're right in my way right now, so I can seek justice in this room.
They all sort of start
furious.
Breaking the GM.
In a good way for once.
They all start to back away from you, and then they start to scatter. And you're left in a darkened tent with an unconscious child, and that is all.
I pick the child up and shake him awake.
He kind of groans and says, What happened?
We will start with your name. I have dealt with the other children.
I just want to go home. Strange man,
And
can
where-
we go home?
Where is home?
Ephra, the village.
Very well. I will get you home so I can resume my celebration in peace. I grab his arm and start bringing him along.
As you start to leave the tent, you're greeted by someone in a pale, flowing dress with auburn hair, almost as bright as a summer's day, but in fall. And she sort of smiles at you and at the young child. And she says, I see that you have been encountering a bit of the mischief here at the Winter Festival. I hope things have not gotten too out of hand.
Mademoiselle, you have no idea.
She smiles down at the young boy and asks what he has learned about mischief this night.
He has learned how to cause it.
And she looks over at you and says, and what have you learned tonight?
How to waste 5 copper on a party that was supposed to be for me. I'm sorry.
She will just look at you and say, it sounds as if the lesson is still in the learning. But in the hopes that perhaps a summer's day will come and remind you of the lessons you were hopefully meant to learn tonight, I do offer you this reminder. And she hands you a dandelion.
This is most beautiful and suitable for a man of my stature. And I do a dramatic bow because he thinks he's chivalrous.
She'll nod to you and then remind you that dawn is coming and suggests that perhaps you should exit the festival quickly unless you plan to stay in her realm a bit longer.
Very well, little boy, let us be on our way. Mademoiselle? I just start walking past her.
And so you're able to leave the festival safely and return back to that forest path. And before you knew it, you're standing on a frosty riverbank next to an empty frozen river. The sun is slowly rising over the horizon, revealing that more time has spent at the festival than you first thought.
It's a boy, you made me waste my procession. Come on, let us be on our way.
It doesn't take you long to work your way back through the forest, where you find his mother standing worriedly outside their farmhouse on the outskirts of the village. She gladly takes him back.
Wait, this is the boy? As they walk away.
You hear her crying over a boy named Ethan. She even offers you 5 gold pieces for your trouble.
Mademoiselle, I would rather pay you 5 gold to be rid of this little brat. And I storm off in a huff without the gold.
Oh. Fine then.
This character is such chaos incarnate, I can't be. I'm sorry, you have to admit I'm staying to the character.
It's true.
For better or worse.
Well, someday he may take a closer look at that dandelion and realize it's quite valuable. But something tells me it'll stay squished in his pocket for a while.
No, it's a great item. My character's just a jerk. I think that was the most psychotically aggressive pacifist playthrough I've ever done on a story.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, I'm sorry, I did promise he was going to be tricky to deal with.
I wasn't sure we were going to get past the ogre, to be honest. I was like, maybe it just ends here.
The kamikaze aggression kind of worked. Couldn't back it up to save my soul, but... on rare occasions, arrogance is useful, I guess. That was really hard being that big of a jerk to a little kid, though, but it's the only way I could think of that he would still stay on track. So the kid ticked him off so much he was going to pursue him to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
Sorry for the chaos, I really am.
It's okay. Chaos can be good sometimes.
And literally my character's best stat is charisma, so I've got to try to go for diplomacy even in a weird way when I can't be diplomatic. Persuasion would have made more sense. Just trying to trick the ogre. Don't be a bigger jerk.
Yeah.
I kind of thought I was going to die there.
Well, it's funny though because it's not set up to fight the ogre. Like he literally will trade you the boy if you just pay for the pastries.
That would make far too much sense.
But we got into a shouting match, so...
Well, he tried to take that which I rightfully wanted to steal. I was really just banking on him being too stupid to survive the challenge. It worked.
And then he rolled a nat 1, so it worked out.
Yeah, I would have been in trouble against an ogre. I have no delusions there. Sorry for kind of derailing that. The games looked really interesting until I got distracted.
I had a whole bunch of them. So there was also like a potion explosion, so you had to knock down the potions and make sure you didn't like have effects mix. And then you had to one of those like hit the plate and it goes up and hit. I don't know what those are called.
Oh, the test of strength. Or the
Yeah.
feats of strength.
And then there was a dagger where you had to like hit the mark. But you also could have watched a show. And then you could have gone and had refreshments, and the refreshments like gave you different things. And depending on your role, it was either a benefit or a disadvantage.
That would have been so cool if my character would have had anywhere near the wherewithal to do that instead of the lunacy that I unfolded, for which I am sorry. You gave him a shiny thing. The shiny thing took over.
Yeah. I was gonna prompt you to try something else, but then you asked me about the boy, and I was like, okay, let's go. So we did that.
I'm
Which
sorry.
is also
It really
fine.
did seem. I really. I was gonna drag him to some. My plan was to drag him to some more games and make him watch me play them as punishment. But then she showed up.
Old Gryla.
Look how much fun I am having, little boy.
He would just be like,
Oh, look at me getting candy while you get none. Probably for the best that you prevented my nonsense from escalating any further.
well, maybe you would have been dragged off to see her.
And I would have deserved it.
You never did ask who it was.
Nope.
Just didn't care.
Like I said, I knew what you wanted to do. I just knew my character would never in a million years be that have that kind of wherewithal.
It's fine. I'll write it again
It's
next
like, oh,
year.
look at this great-
Have a new victim.
Look at this great plot hook. It's such a shiny plot hook. And I can't go after it because I'm an idiot.
It's okay.
No, it's a great setting, though. It just... My character stinks.
Your character does not stink.
He's fun to play, but as a person, he does kind of stink.
Well,
I'll stipulate. Oh, look, all this fey, whimsy, and joy, and I'm going to go fanatically pursue a little kid because I think this is my party and he's ruined it.
some people are just a Scrooge, okay?
I'm almost afraid of next time if you bring me back, because they'll be like, can we make him learn a lesson?
I will beat
Answer
this character
no.
over the head with a lesson for the last thing I do.
He got lucky surviving that without serious consequences. I basically was only chivalrous because it's like, yeah, he's dead if I mouth off to what I'm assuming is a fairy queen.
Oh yeah, that was Lady Titania, the Summer Queen.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was like, I can't offer direct insult, so I'll just be grateful that I'm finished dealing with this little boy. I was like, I don't want him to die, but I have to get creative to think of how he will.
You started mouthing off, and I was just like, oh, so this is how the character dies.
This isn't to trigger anyone, but Terry Pratchett has a great line in Discworld. There are many ways to commit suicide in Ankh-Morpork, like walking down the wrong alley in the middle of the night, or threatening a troll.
By all means, just insult Queen Titania on her own turf. It's fine.
Yep. I know how close he came to death, and at least it was funny. I can say that.
I can say that we've officially saved his life twice now.
Barely.
Barely.
He's trying.
He has
He's
a
trying
death wish,
so
but
hard
it's
to not.
fine.
Yeah, just a smidge of one. Well, that's what happens when you have a character inspired by Inspector Clouseau. In the immortal words of Inspector Dreyfus, he's not good, he's terrible.
I don't know if Jacques Clouseau so much had a death wish as the planet just like had a death wish for him. And he had just like all the karma points.
All I can think of is the freaking Oktoberfest scene where all the assassins are taking each other out trying to get him.
I love that part. He's so oblivious.
And that's why I had to channel it against my own self-interest. Oh, Fairy Queen. No, I'm not going to be an asshole there. Big Ogre? Sure. Bunch of evil little children? I'm going to yell at them until they back down. This will work fine.
I'm actually quite impressed you were able to intimidate 13 Yule lads.
It's all he had going for him. I thought that was another point where he had a very strong likelihood of reaching the end of his journey.
I wouldn't have made you fight all of them by yourself.
It would have been what he deserved.
A little bit.
If it had been true Pink Panther style, there would have been a brawl that came through the other side of the tent. They both wipe each other out while I'm unconscious. Huh. Well, I knew I was good.
Brought back the yogurt or something.
Poor Ethan. Poor Ethan. That he thought it was bad enough getting trapped at a carnival. They had to run into a jerk of a Frenchman.
It could have been worse. I had the Yule cat in there too.
God. Yeah, I was like, if I was playing a sane character, I would have, asked for a description of the boy or anything like that, but I hosed myself by, oh, he would think this is all about him. Oh no, he thinks it's all about him. Oh no.
It's fine, guys. This is fine.
He survives in spite of his best efforts.
Are they efforts, though? Like, are they really conscious efforts?
Yes, a conscious effort to think he's bigger and more important than everyone else when he's a level 4 fighter. picking fights with ogres and almost a fairy queen. I did like how you rolled with his idiocy, though. The lesson's still in the learning. Go away now.
I'm getting better at managing the chaos.
I'm trying to not steer too far into the skid, but like right there, I at least had the wherewithal. Oh no, this is a fairy queen. I need to think of a character reason to not do what he would do. But ogre, Yule lad, I might have a chance of surviving that if it really goes poorly. Maybe.
An ogre.
I said a small chance. Fairy queen, instant death. Ogre,
Poof.
95% chance of death. Well, it was fun, and I hope it was fun for you in spite of his best efforts.
I really enjoyed it.
I need to come up with a non-chaos character so you can have an easier time next time, though.
I don't know if I believe that one.
I would try. You know this character was an experiment. But yeah, what this has taught me is I could never make this part of a campaign.
Oh. Mm-mm.
Too loose cannony.
Yeah.
I'm not taking other players down with a Cluzo character. Well, it's almost a TPK. Everyone died but him somehow.
It would have to be something like Yawning Portal, where you kind of expect your characters to die at some point, so nobody really cares.
That'd be
Could
a
you
fun
imagine?
campaign where you just come up with the most ridiculous and low survival instinct characters possible.
Only Profer makes it to the end.
Oh, God. Leroy Bacon saying every situation. Oh, level 18. I'm level 6. I got this.
Be really funny. Sorry. I wouldn't want to run it, but it'd be funny to watch.
Like I said, I would wish this campaign on no one, because unless everyone was in it for we want a chaos campaign. Not an evil chaos campaign.
Why else do you run Yawning Portal?
Oh, I just had an evil idea.
Don't want to know.
Everyone's trying to be characters from the Pink Panthers, so they're all trying to kill each other while trying to get through the mission.
Oh no.
Kato, Inspector Dreyfus, and Inspector Clouseau trying to go into a campaign together.
Yeah, that campaign's already designed to kill you. I think we're good.
They're only accidentally hitting the enemies while trying to take each other out.
Pass.
I wouldn't do that to you. I would not do that to you. I'm not that mean.
Who are you going to do that to?
No one, unless everyone's fully on board with what they're getting themselves in for a very short campaign with mass casualties.
Consent is important, guys.
Yep. No, and for the record, I did clarify that this was a chaos character with her beforehand.
You kind of did the first time, like 2 months ago or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was discussed. You knew he was chaos, and I warned you I was using him again.
Yes.
Next time I'll be more clear if I'm using Chaos Incarnate or not as a... Well, anything else you want to talk about, or?
Nope. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Quick announcement though, we're gonna take a quick break from Tales until January 13th. That way, everyone gets to enjoy the holidays with a little less stress and chaos. Speaking of chaos.
I plead the fifth.
But then we'll be back. I don't have any new guests lined up for the New Year's, but if anyone is interested, feel free to reach out and we will chat. Except for Patrick, who's banned forever. Just kidding.
I was just going to say, save her from me. Oh, there's the ban. Okay, fair.
No. But yeah, and then
I think Trooper's been banned, though.
Yeah, we might need a little break from.
If you need me on again, I will create a non-chaos character, I promise.
But no, everyone's welcome back, or if you've never been on and are just curious, you're welcome to reach out, because I do need to start scheduling people. But you're on a break till January 13th, so hopefully I'll get to see you all back after the New Year's. That would be awesome. So yes. But until
Happy
then,
holidays, everyone.
yes. Have an amazing time. Bye, you guys.
I'll be dizzy.